Okay, I want to talk a little bit about World War I and General Blackjack Pershing. So, Blackjack Pershing was a five-star general, but he would have actually probably best, the title would probably actually match him more would be Field Marshal. When Woodrow Wilson entered us into World War I, he only gave him one order. That order was to keep our troops separate from the other troops of other countries. And outside of that, he was even given the ability to sign treaties and whatnot. So he would actually be the strongest military leader in U.S. history, even eclipsing Eisenhower, who was the supreme commander, because Eisenhower never actually could have signed treaties. But anyway, some other interesting thing about General Blackjack Pershing. During when so this was the Colt firearm for in 1902, and it was a 38 caliber. Now the Army switched to the 45 after the Philippines, because they encountered the Muslim uprising in the Philippines, and so General Blackjack Pershing, the term running amok came from that. They were clerical monks that would wrap themselves in leather so that when they did get shot, they could maintain blood pressure, and it provided a little bit of actual slight armor to the small firearms to this round, compared to the one that they juiced it up to, the 45. That provided absolutely no coverage or protection against the 45. So that's when the 45 was adopted, and that's where the word running amok came from. They would work themselves up into religious fervor, and then they would attack. Well, Blackjack was a hard man. There he is. And so when he would capture these the Muslim uprising, where somebody else would have, they would have executed them as they did back then. He dug trenches and smeared them in pig offal, and then executed them. And he let 1 out of 10 get back to tell the story, so that way it dissuaded the Muslims that were uprising from doing that, because if you were contaminated with pork, you wouldn't go to see Allah, the false moon god of the Muslims. So that hard man for a hard time. We could use his like now. And here's a trench club from World War I. Once you were in the trenches and you fired your gun and you threw your grenade, there was no time to reload. So you would use this trench mace and just start swinging it like a little bit of fish bat. If you're from South Texas, you know about the alligator gars, and a lot of people carry a small bat like that to kill the alligator gars before it tears up the inside of your boat. And they also had a trench knife that had brass knuckles on it, so you stuck your hand in the knuckles, and then there was a knife on the end. They had the bayonet, so you couldn't reload as fast. Once you got in the trench, you had to shoot, and then you didn't have time to reload, so you just start swinging and hope the guy behind you would get down there and buy you some time to reload. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you. I'm out.